Season 9, live for the evening of August 1st, 2022. Do 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 do. If you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before, we like to kick it off with some music. Usually I wrote the lyrics, Sean handled the performance and arrangements. So here we go. It's My Destiny's in Tennessee.
Folks say to be the very best, you gotta travel across the land. But I'm happy here at pretty good, just out walking with my friends. So you can fly from coast to coast for all the antics events. But my destiny's here in Tennessee, my Pokedex in hand. You run your laps chasing the kittens in Providence, and you arc your throws for Electabuzz in St. Louis. But when you're lost in Boston seeking Pokestops, boo-hoo, we'll all still be spinning them up on Rocket Top. It's true. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. We don't need Tanglers from Los Angeles. If you're there chasing Charizard, you're making your life way too hard. Clutching garlic, pounding pavement down Ventura Boulevard. We don't need Nidoqueens from down New Orleans. I hate to rain on solo you, but parades need a willing crew. All those squirtles on St. Charles saw you wandering and withdrew. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. We don't need Lapras from Minneapolis or Polipers from Mississippers. There's enough Weedles on Monteagle. We could evolve a swarm of Beedrill. There's enough Snubbull down to Shovel. We could team Sled with Grumble. We don't need Oregon from out in Oregon, or any Pikachus from up in Massachusetts. Sorry, Professor Oklahoma, we'll raid gyms in Tullahoma. Sorry, Pokecoin Palooka, we'll hatch on hikes in Chattanooga. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi Tennessee at her own predestined pace. The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. We are going to go down here to the pinball portal and let Cub know he can find us in this general region. We've got our 2 scale models of pinball machines going on here. All set, Cub. I'm by my pinball portal. We're gonna remove the camera for right now and start recording just in case Cub wants to do this on camera here. So if you're just joining us, though, while we wait for Cub to arrive, I have been working on 2 different scale models of a pinball machine. This is the very small scale model, and this is the very big scale model. And we have been putting some prototype labeling on there that's going to say deep field. I think it'll be pretty awesome. And we can show that off to Cub when he gets here, too. So, yeah. I'm hoping, my goal for tonight is to get as far along on the word field as possible, and then tomorrow morning to record the segment with Ren's King Pillar thing. Because I still need to go watch his videos, and then he sent us like a 5-page instruction booklet. He's like, because you're not going to read the book in game, here's comprehensive instructions to not screw this up this time. And I haven't had time to look at it yet. So I'm not going to go over there. I'm going to look at that when I'm fresh tomorrow morning and maybe record that off camera. But yeah, so my goal for this evening, though, is to see how far into the deep field we can get. I was able to knock out the EEP in 3 hours. Once I got a good rhythm for it, we did pretty well on knocking these out. So the first letter took a long time, but once we figured out... Hey, Cub,
Hello?
where you at? Oh, hi. Howdy.
Hello. Howdy, 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 howdy.
Yeah, I was just looking at... I've got the first 4 letters for the temporary artwork on our pinball machine in place here.
Oh, nice. Deep.
Yeah, it's going to say deep field. But right now, you can just appreciate it and go, wow, Joe, that's deep.
That is deep. Very deep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good use of scaffolding, too.
Appreciate it. You know, I saw B-Dub's scaffolding in his last video, and I'm sure he's proud of everything else he did in that video way more. But that was my takeaway. I was like, I should have prettier scaffolding when I build things, so it looks good. Like B-Dub's. Not like B-Dub's video, but like B-Dub's himself. I mean, obviously, a man like that has to be properly scaffolded to be, you know, the Adonis he is.
True. True. Yeah, Joe, I need your head, man. I need your head.
Yeah, I heard. So, why?
I'm setting up a small tribute area to people who contributed to Total Chaos. So that's you, Hypno, Tango, Scar.
Well, that's really cool. Yeah, of course. Go for it. I have already removed all my valuables.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Oh no, I've been sliced and diced. Wait, can you still hear me when I'm dead? Maybe not. So we are now up here, but I've got all my stuff in place so I can just fly back down to Cub. Boop. On my way. That work out?
Hello? Yep.
Hello.
Perfect.
Great.
Perfect. Do you want your pearls back?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
money
I
pearls.
appreciate it. I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
they're super expensive or anything. But yeah, I wasn't sure how many I'd need to get over here from up there, so I just threw too many.
Perfect, man. Yeah, thanks for the head. Yeah, this will work. Will work.
Awesome. Well, do you have an opening date in mind yet, or is that still top secret hush hush?
I'm still working on it, so trying to get it done as quickly as possible. But yeah, it's in the very final stages now.
Awesome. Well, if there's any last minute materials you need, I might happen to have stockpiled them, and I'd be happy to offload them if you need. So let me know.
Okay, we'll do, Joe. Thanks again, man.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be good. So here's what we're actually working on tonight. We're gonna go ahead and stop that recording, and we're gonna turn the face camera back on. If you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before, you might not know that the camera gets bigger when we hit certain tipping milestones. We are currently 20 away from our next face camera expansion. What am I doing here? That is going poorly. Yay, blocks. Video games. Blocks. Oh my gosh, blocks. I think I'm very tired. I have not been sleeping great the last few weeks, and I'm trying to fix that by making life changes. But the delay on the return on investment there is not ideal. Okay. So we need to pull out all the scaffolding first, I think. Because now that we've got the deep in place, we need to get the word field. And if we turn on our reference image here, let me Alt-Shift to fix that. So this is a 1-to-1 representation of each pixel on this is one block in game. Okay? I'm kind of tempted to shift the eye over by 1 so that it lines up perfectly under the P, or to offset it further because it annoys me that it's not perfectly aligned. But if we offset it 1 further in the other direction, that's going to push the D off the edge. I already measured it. But then again, though, this is supposed to be the prototype slapped on label, and having one of the biggest concerns when you're making a label like this that you're going to cover up in 6 months is you don't want people to love this one so much that they're not okay when you have the final art. When I come in with the final art and it looks like this or something, I don't want people being like, no, Joe, this was better. You need to keep that other one, right? So having it have like annoying kerning issues or whatever in some ways helps it do its job better as a temporary decision. So it might seem like it's lazy, but it's also what is it? There's a thing in economics where the inferior good is sometimes the better fit for the market at the time, right? I forget what it's called. But it's like why Walmart sucks, but they do better in an economic downturn. I know what kerning issues are, yes. It's only going to annoy me, so it won't work. Well, hey, we just got a tip rolling in from Ryan for 20, who says, really enjoying the stream and learning more about pinball. Hey, I'm glad to hear it, Ryan. That's going to put us evenly at our next face camera expansion milestone. Y'all have seen that money go straight to my head with each face camera expansion milestone we hit up to this point. But now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I forged in life are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Oh no, I've got too many layers that are unlocked. Where Why can't I move my face? Oh no, we got problems. Enter the Joe. Wait, why is there no filters button? Oh my gosh, OBS is really freaking out at me tonight. I haven't even done anything yet. This is going to put us at 90% Joe opacity here. Okay. So you can now see the text partially through my head there. Oh, Scar's back. Welcome back, Scar. So that is the famed toxic glitter. Yeah, well the thing is, if I thin the eye, it's gonna mess with the kerning too. Honestly, I think the easiest thing to do is just to do it. Like, okay, so here's what we need to do. We need to go to the top of the, let's say that the third E is going to be the reference E here, or the second E, the third letter. So this block is block level 128, okay? When I open this up in Photoshop, and I go to that block, so you guys can't see the Photoshop that I'm using for reference, but I'm using the ruler tool in Photoshop to figure out how many blocks tall things are, right? Okay, so the lowest block on the F is 65 below there. So 128 minus 65 is 63. And so that block is, let's just figure out where that is. Is that below the sand level or at the sand level? So there's 65, 63. So it's just below the sand level. Okay. Now we need to find where the part of the E trails down the furthest, because that actually... Did we not build that trailing bit all the way down? Oh, we didn't. Okay, so this trailing bit here on the actual... I need to unlock this now so I can actually crop it and whatnot successfully. Okay. And Credit says, why not shorten the top of the F? There's no issue. I was just measuring that out for my reference, because I'm trying to figure out where I need to put the scaffolds, right? The goal was to figure out if I needed scaffolds below the sand level or not, and I don't. So we've got that. So let's see, this is going to come down 4 before it hits the F. 1, 2, 3. No, we didn't get our deep slate and basalt back out. That would be helpful to have. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these out. And then cobbled deep slate, yeah. Grab some of those. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. So we can come down here. Yeah, we're not gonna change the eye alignment. We're just gonna accept it as part of the. It's one of, at this point it's an intentional design flaw to show that this is prototype level work, right? We're not too worried about it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's gonna go over 1. Oh, we can't reach that far. Interesting. So this is where we start going. Okay, where do we need scaffolds here? So so if this scaffold is at the level of that, how many lower do we need to go? That's 11. That might seem extreme. Hold on. Shift F3. So that's 99. So if we, or 98. So if we go down to 88 and start scaffolding. Do I still have my torches? I must have put them in one of these. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So now that we know that we won't need a lower set of scaffolds than the sand itself, we can just go ahead and bring this set of scaffolds all the way across, and that'll carry us through the end of this part of the project. Welcome, Thormore. Glad you could join us. Actually, let's put that there. Okay, so at this point, so we need to carry this scaffold out the rest of the way. This is where we're about to burn a lot of bamboo. Okay, so we're going to put that there. And this might seem kind of boring, but believe me, this is going to speed us up so much in getting this done. Getting these scaffolds in the right place now is what's going to allow us to potentially finish all 5 letters in one go. Because luckily, the way the letters are set up, like, you know, the top of the F and the top of the D need scaffolds in about the same place to be able to place them appropriately, right? So this will just be good. Bum, bum, bum. And then, like, the lower bar in the F is going to be in the same place as the lower bar in the E, roughly. And so, even though it doesn't perfectly align, we should be able to just reuse the same scaffold all the way across. We don't have to have custom scaffolds for every letter. This is going to go all the way to the end. Because the D is going to go all the way to the leading edge of the machine. Toxic says, in case you missed it in YouTube chat, I said thin the L, not the I, because the English language is stupid. Oh. Well, I wasn't going to thin either of them. It's fine. Why not place a block to build the scaffolds from instead of taking them to the ground? Because we need them to go all the way to the ground. We're going to be mounting these... We're going to be mounting cross scaffolds at different heights all the way between here and the ground to fill in the letters. When we fly away, you'll see what I mean. But we're building this all the way to the ground level. Please don't yell in all caps. I'm going to time you out so you have a chance to read the rules. Okay, so I don't think we need these necessarily. But, okay. So here, if we fly out here, you'll see that, like, on the word deep, we've got all these cross beams here. We're going to need similar cross beams with the scaffolding on the lower parts. Incredible Mike says the scale of this build is pretty mind-boggling. Yeah, I'm still wrapping my head around it myself, Incredible Mike. I am not. This is honestly, this is helping me prepare for the final art of this way more than I was expecting. I was thinking like, oh, we'll just slap something in here real quick, but I'm actually getting a much better conception of the scale and like just putting in all these scaffolds. I think I'm gonna leave the scaffolds up until we do the final artwork, right? So the scaffolds will also demonstrate that this is temporary in a way, right? Like the whole build is under construction, right? And honestly, the places that we have the scaffolds now are probably pretty close to where we're going to need the scaffolds on the final art. We'll end up adding probably more scaffolds to do the final art. Because the final... Oh, wait, nope. Just kidding. These scaffolds are where the final art needs to go. So I guess I'll be like... if I start working from the top up, it's like, okay. Maybe we'll figure it out later. Immediate regret. I did not plan this very well. You know what, though? Now we know for the other side of the machine, though. Now we know for the other side of the machine to put the scaffolds slightly further out. Hey, we're learning. We're learning. Hey, we're crying. It's fine. Okay. So to drop down again on that. So we were going from, let's see, so we need to subtract 26 from that now. 99 minus 26 is going to be 83, I think, is what we're going to need. Yep, okay, good. I was just eyeballing this, and I ended up where I actually need to be. No, that's too close. Let me check this real quick. Well... maybe I'm doing my math here wrong. Hold on. Let's go verify this. So this should be... So this is 99. And this one's 89. Okay. So I think actually maybe we go down to 79 here. Even, yeah, I think that'll actually be better. Dang it. Welcome back, Scar. Queen Dark Lady says 99 minus 26 is 73. See, that's why you're getting a doctorate and I'm not. Okay, actually, let's take this down. Never mind. Okay, these are not in the right place at all. We're going to tear them out without breaking all the other blocks. Tilly the Hun tips too and says, howdy, I figured out how to watch you on my TV. Well, enjoy that televisionary experience with Joe Hills. Okay, remember the part where I said I was tired? I don't, but I'm assuming I did say that. Okay, yeah. This is... Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The math was wrong. Queen Dark Lady got the math right, and I did not. Okay, so we're going to go down to 73 now. Okay. I know that's technically not exactly 73, but as long as we can target block 73 comfortably from where we're at, which we can here. Thank you, Queen Dark Lady. Saving the stream over here. Okay, we're going to need to get more torches and more scaffolds. Hey, Abby. Yep, that's why I stream on multiple services. Sometimes some countries or whatever don't have good service with one or the other. So streaming on Twitch and YouTube lets people decide where they want to get what they want to have. Okay. So more bamboo here. Okay. So we need to get more string. Do we have more string? Got a little bit more. Oh, we got plenty more. Actually out of bamboo at this point. I think that was all. That includes my starter bamboo, so I can't even grow more bamboo at this point. That might have been an overreach. No, no, no. I've got a whole nother bamboo farm over here. I forgot about that. Okay, we're actually going to harvest that so it can grow while we work. I don't know if those chunks are going to be loaded or not, but... Okay. So we're going to quickly offload our basalt and deep slate so we can grab some more bamboo. Okay. Have the turtle keep the chunk loaded. Yep, turtle, it's on you, buddy. They see me loading the chunk and using my shell because I am a turtle. I'm very green and turtly. Oh yeah, I'm green and turtly. Deep in chunks loaded because I'm green and turtly. Okay. Okay. So we'll just collect all this. We've got plenty of string from the, whatever you call it, farm. The, spider farm. We have so much string from the spider farm. That's not a problem. Okay. Yeah, swords are very effective on bamboo. They're like machetes or something. Welcome back, Ginger Bee. Glad you could join us this evening. Hi, Scar. Whew. Okay. So that's pretty good haul. Okay, so regular Michael C. haul, if you ask me. Okay, so let's go get some more string, I guess. Crashing into the earth. Feeling like, wow, I should not have crashed into the earth that hard. My robot body. Ouch. Okay, so we're gonna offload these as we go into the scaffolding box just to make room for more. Actually, you should probably offload some of the bamboo, just like so. Was that the end of the string we had on us? That might have been. Wait, we had a whole nother box for the scaffold. Oh, no, those are the ones we just made. Okay. So, I think what we want to do now is we need to make more torches, because we're going to need more torches for the scaffolding project, too. Yeah, the inside of the pinball machine is going to be like an elytra course. It's not done yet. Incredimike. I'm assuming you're asking for me to check that, not for the link. Because you know the link. Huh, that's weird. 1 second. Looks like there's an issue with the PayPal alerts. Let me see if I can resolve that. Using the magic of a different device. Okay, because it's still not showing up on the computer, but I can see it over on my phone. So let's log into the phone. And IncrediMike tips 39 and yells deep field. So that's going to put us 1 past 2 milestones from now. Thank you for the reminder, IncrediMike. Yeah, sorry, sometimes those alerts just don't pop off. So, here we go. Please direct your attention down here to the lower left if you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before. Every time we hit a tipping milestone, the camera gets bigger. And we just hit 2. So here's the first one. Expand Joe. Lowering the Joe opacity now to 80%. Oh boy, OBS is already mad at me. I don't know if it's all the extra image layers or what. Oh yeah, we are also capturing Adobe Illustrator. Yeah, that might be part of it. Yeah, so I've got my Illustrator window here so I can show people like what the original looked like before we reduced it. But then, like I said, that was 2 milestones. That was only 1 expansion. So if you're like, what was that? I don't even know what that was. Good news, there's another one coming your way. Expand Joe. Lowering the Joe opacity now to 70%. Alrighty. So, let's... Okay, first thing we're going to do is lay our head down and dream. Second thing we're going to do is we are going to go to the spider farm and get a bunch of string. I don't think there was extra string over here. No. Our elytra's actually kind of doing okay, but not perfect. So we'll... I keep forgetting I can't fly through the wireframe anymore, now that we have walls in. Unspecu says it's their birthday. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Feliz cumpleaños a Unspecu. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Y muchas más. Hey, monthly mans. I've been streaming since 2008, roughly, so about 14 years now. But it wasn't always Minecraft. I used to like draw and do all sorts of stuff. Sometimes I'd play Civ, Pokemons. I think my favorite part of doing the Pokemon stream was that everybody, whenever I was reading the dialogue, I always added an S in the middle of Pokemon. So instead of Pokemans or Pokemons, I was saying Pokemon was the plural. There are many Pokemon in this world. It was just the dumbest thing, but I had so much fun doing it every time. I think that it's important to do stuff that makes you laugh, even if it's not necessarily wise. The world of Pokemon is about to begin. Okay, so we're gonna grab some extra string here. I feel like we've probably put so much string in these boxes, this doesn't feel too much like that. Bum bum. Bum bum. Oh, Impulse has got a second layer coming in. I don't want to spoil it by looking at it too long. Scar's back. Welcome back, Scar. So yeah, just to give you a sense, so the word field will be coming in here. This part will be where the word field is. So we should switch these in so we can... You know what I took out of my inventory earlier? How close are we to this box? Okay. While I'm thinking about it. Scar's log back on. Actually, I should probably grab some more rockets too. Okay. Oh, my body. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is I forgot to mention after that tip came in from Incredible Mike that we are 19 away from the next expansion, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. So thank you, Incredible Mike. Okay, and I've got this set up to... I should be able to manually pull these on my phone, even though they're not rolling in over here. Okay. Huh, okay. Oh, we're too high up now. Hold on. Where's the next layer down? There it is. This is where... Let's get the top back out. There it is. We're doing it. We're doing it. I didn't fall asleep on the router. I wouldn't be this tired. Okay. Did I use deep slate to write the word deep? Partially. I also used basalt. Because I remember the word for basalt. Yeah, I tried to take a nap earlier. I was able to rest my eyes for like 25 minutes, but then I remembered that I had to send a bunch of Patreon invites and do payroll. And then I had a bunch of important calls, and I was like, I don't want to do payroll and Patreon invites after the stream, because then I'm going to be tired. The first of the month is always like one of the most hectic days for me. And Monday is one of the most hectic days for me. And so when the first of the month is a Monday, woo boy, it's a lot. Why doesn't that connect? We should actually pull this all the way across here. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling good about this. Okay. It's Canada holiday? Canadian holiday? It's a Canada holiday. I'm fine. Okay. How late is it? We've been going for 45 minutes. I was like, well, hopefully I can finish the entire word field before it's time for me to go to sleep. And I'm like, okay, so how far have we gotten? We put the scaffold in. Now, in fairness, though, once the scaffold's in, everything else goes a lot quicker. We need to go get the rest of the blocks, but... Okay. These two chests. Okay, we're gonna put the surplus in here. The Scarback? No. I don't care about him leaving. We only have to greet him when he returns. Okay, so we'll hold on to some spare scaffolding just in case. Oh yeah, I can fly. Bamboo at my offhand. Bamboo at the Taco Bell. Bamboo in my offhand. It's fine. We're doing great. Let's go back over here and just see. Yeah, this should work. Just need to not die when we land. I said not die. Not die. Okay, so let's pull up that F in detail. And we're going to shorten this window that I'm looking at. So that way I can get out of the way of that. Okay. So comes down another one and then up like that. So if we want to go all the way across on this, we have a square there, and that goes to there. And then this goes down to, okay, so 28 from there. So that's 92. Based on my previous math experience, 92 minus 28 equals 64. Okay, that's... Okay. So we need 27. Oh wait, but we actually need to go 27 blocks. My math, hold on, no, it'll be fine. Yeah, okay. So, is it nighttime? Okay, let's go lay our heads down and dream. So we're in the right column here. There's 64. We go over 1. Then we're going to have saw teeth here. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to go down to 3. Okay. So from here on up, we just fill in until we hit the top part that I just dropped. Oh, wait. That far one doesn't get filled in. That's like an outlier stray line there. Okay. So now we go up. And oh, that's a lot more elevation than I thought I was going to get. It's fine. I was completely unprepared for it, but we'll make do. I'm just kind of feeling out the texture here. which is not an optimal way to do anything. This is going to end up looking not great, but it's going to be partially concealed by the scaffold, and it's intentionally temporary. So I'm going to err on the side of getting it done quicker. Goal is to finish the entire thing before I go to bed tonight. And I think that's plausible. Especially because I don't have to talk on George's show tonight, because he's got Eurydice, I Only Seek Eurydice coming in as the solo guest tonight. But I'm going to be back on Don't Panic Flip's Monday night show next week, when he's going to have Manu as an in-studio guest. Manu Smith from MPT3K, and I'm going to be one of the call-in guests. So next Monday, that should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that, but that is not on my plate tonight. So I really think it's plausible for me, even if I'm just sitting here like with a book on tape or something. I'd like to try and get as much of this done on stream as possible. Because if I do something really stupid while I'm tired, I trust you all to call me out on it. Even the big problem is there's a certain level of tired where I don't even see the chat. Like if y'all are like, Joe, you're doing it all wrong. Sea Level TZ says, I want to see the super speed placing. The thing is, it doesn't work with this kind of texturing. We were doing that when we were doing single blocks, but for this type of thing where we're rotating these different ways each time, and we're mixing in the deep slate, like the super speed placing, I tried mixing logs with the other stuff by hitting the scroll wheel real quick. It doesn't work. We don't have any blocks that we need to super speed place right now. We have a bunch of blocks we need to texture. So we're doing our work instead of showing off. Is my mic low? I don't think it should be. Is it coming in low to people? I can adjust it. I can tweak it up a little bit. Da 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 da. Bum 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 bum. It might be because I'm tired. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, we should sing or something to stay awake. Okay, so that is gonna go there. We're already hitting the top here. See, so this works. This method works. And by this method, I mean like making blocks attached to other blocks works. Okay, so that's gonna go up to. Okay, so we have that go down, up, and then. Okay, let's go look at this in the distance. Okay. So how far across do we have to go here? This, on the whole, is going to be 27 blocks across. And we've already gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to put 22 blocks in our hotbar. So that way we don't accidentally place too many. Hey, Frilioth Raid! Welcome! I wish I could say that this F was for Frilioth. It's not. We're making a label for the side of my colossal scale pinball machine here. And that's the reference letter. The name of the pinball game is going to be called Deep Field. And that's what the F is going to look like. This is prototype art. The machine is going to be a year-long project, roughly. And the final art is going to go 5 blocks away from the plywood. So in real life, a machine this big, the wood would be 5 blocks thick, 5 meters thick on the plywood. So what I'm doing is I'm putting temporary art directly against the wood here in layer 2. And then when we have the permanent art at the end, toward the end of the season, we'll cover this up. But for right now, I feel like this should look okay as is. So, yep. If you're into messing around with scale in Minecraft, I do a lot of weird scale model stuff. So these pinballs here that make up the potion room, my brewing stand room, and my portal room here, these are 6-meter wide pinballs that are proportionally, these are the same scale as that machine. If you built this machine and put pinballs in it, they would be that big, right? But here is a different scale pinball machine. You might say, Joe, why would you make that pinball machine 256 blocks deep and 128 blocks wide? It's so that I could do a top-down map of the whole thing. So once we get the playfield in place, you could actually use those maps to like represent it in game for decoration. Right now, it's not done. We are early days on this, but we've got the back box roughly in place. We've got the FCC and back box caution labels in place. But right now, we're mostly just working on kind of the superstructure and things like that. The theme of the machine, it's going to be called Deep Field because I'm creating a custom play field and artwork based on the concept of stellar observatories and space telescopes that are like actually in space. Like Hubble is the most famous, but there's also like Kepler, Chandra, Spitzer, and then obviously the most recent one everyone knows is the James Webb Space Telescope, which just started sending back images. So I put in some, like a mock-up of what I want to do with the final art. This is a mock-up because I don't know what images we're going to get back from James Webb Space Telescope in the next few months, and so I'm giving them a few months before I commit to anything. No, wait, that was the caution label. Oh, that's funny, though. I actually do still have a picture of what the caution label looks like on a real pinball machine. But no, sorry, this is... if I unlock this so I can make it. So I had this concept that the words Deep Field would be in black, like as a cutout of a deep field image. So like if you zoom in on there, you can see the galaxies inside of there, and then they would be against a lighter color James Webb Space Telescope image. So I'm waiting, like I said, to commit to final artwork for that until we see what they turn around in the next 6 months. But in the meantime, I didn't want to just have a big plain birch label here, or a big plain birch box, right? So I'm slapping on like a prototype title. So it'll say on this side Deep Field, and then on the other side it'll say like prototype do not ship or something. So that is the plan. So anyway, we are working on the letter F here. And I just said we need to make this 22 blocks longer. So, oh yeah, also but ideally it's easier to work from bottom to the top. So how much lower down do we need to be than this? So we need to go down 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So if we come to here and we just start placing these 22 blocks, dang it, this method only works if you actually don't lose random blocks because you're using the blocks in the HopArt account. And so, yeah, doing that was silly and unhelpful. We're mixing basalt and deep slate here. We were doing some of the basalt at other angles, but mostly keeping it facing outward because it complements the deep slate better that way. And there's no real pattern I'm particularly doing. We're just... because this is intended to be viewed from very far away. So... okay, so this gets us all the way to there. So now if we come in and we go up another 7 blocks, we'll be set. And we'll add some gaps in there. You see those white gaps in the F there. We can pull those out. Jacob Schmakeup says, I'm astounded by the effort you put into the scaling. This looks fantastic. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do a lot of crazy scale models in Minecraft as part of my HermitCraft series. I famously did a giant Ever Given, and I had to figure out, like, the actual Ever Given is so huge that you couldn't have the entire thing in render distance at once. So I was like, okay, I got to make it smaller. I can't do it 1-to-1 scale. How do I figure out what scale to make it at? And so then I was looking at it and all the shipping containers on there. And I'm like, what scale would I have to make it at to have the shipping containers be 1 block wide by 1 block tall? And it ended up being about 40% scale gave me the perfect thing where the shipping containers were like 5 or 6 blocks long, but 1 block wide and tall. So you could just do strips of blocks on top of each other for the shipping containers. And I was able to do it at an angle. I tilted it at such an angle that it was basically every time we got to the end of a row of shipping containers, it would shift over one, and it worked really well. And then my favorite part of that was that somebody else on HermitCraft needed to move a trading villager, and they put him in a boat, and they got to the part of the server where I had built this giant scale Ever Given, which even at 40% scale was like still like 180 blocks long or 200 blocks long or something stupid. And I basically blocked commerce. He could not move his trading villager from one part of the server to another. He had to build a channel to put his little boat through elsewhere. So, yay, I did it. I built a working model of the Ever Given. Stuck in the Suez Canal. So, it wasn't intended to be a fully functional model, but it turned out that way anyway, and I was pleased. That's the fun thing about playing on a server like this, though, is you never know how what you're doing will interact with what other people are doing. And the funny thing is, B-Dubs didn't even realize the irony of the situation. He's just like, oh, I guess I'll just have to go around. And I'm like, I blocked commerce. I did it. I was delighted. He was just like, oh, what a minor inconvenience for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and just eyeball this from the distance real quick. As a quick sanity check, because this is our first letter we're doing down here. Yep, that looks like that's about the right height in relation to the other letters. Looks like the widths and everything is coming out together the right way. Yeah, I'm feeling good about this. Yeah, we made it. Okay, cool, cool. Let's get more of the basalt in here. More of that. Why do we have so many partially completed stacks? What's going on? Okay, whoops. There it is. Okay. So, there's some additional weathering we can do here. It looks like if we come over 8 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9th and 11th block will weather out. Come back over here and weather out that one. And over here, and we will weather out that one. And then that one. And then that one. And then we'll hop down here, and between those two, we'll pull out that one. Below there, we'll pull out that one. And then I think that the one there feels like a mistake. Like, sometimes you don't have to go with what the renderer gives you. We'll weather that differently. We'll make our own choice there. But this one will pull out, and that one will pull out, that one will pull out. Cool. Hey Hades, we are making pixel letters. The F you see in the corner is the F we are making. Okay. So let's go down here. So that is going to be a 6-block gap from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then that's 7. Yeah. Okay, we are going to need another row of scaffolds, it looks like. So let's sort that out real quick. Oh, but that's the... Yeah, wait. Hold on. Did we have... We have more scaffolds. They just didn't go back that far. We don't need to... Nope! Don't all that come down at once. Sorry to hear about your Minecraft death loop, Rosalind. That's no fun. Okay. Okay. So that's fine. Okay. So yeah, we do have... landing on the scaffolding is not my strong suit. Okay, so going down from there, we go down 14 blocks. Okay, so let's just look at this. Coming out. Dang it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So then we got a sawtooth on this part here. Goes all the way across, it looks like, on this one. Goes a good ways. How many teeth are on this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more tooth on the sawtooth here. Then we close that off with this cross here. Noel, thank you for tipping 5. Who says, tips 5 and says, this is severely off topic, but my sister says it's weird to have enough clothes to wear a different outfit every day. Is this true? I think it depends on your job. Like, if you work in a hospital, you need to, or like a medical place, you have to have enough scrubs to change every day. If you, like, depending on what you do, though. Like, if you play guitar in, like, dive bars, you can just wear the same jeans every day, but maybe have more than one shirt. You know? Because, like, usually you're not dealing directly with patients while playing guitar in grungy dive bars. But yeah, also when you say every day, do you mean like every day for a week, or every day for a month, or every day for a year? Because, like, I think I had, like, when I was wearing button-down shirts to work every day, I think I had, like, 10 button-down shirts, so that way I could go to the dry cleaners every 2 weeks or something. But, like, I didn't have, like, 10 pairs of slacks, right? Because, like, as long as you don't spill anything on them, you can, like, rewear the same slacks a few times. But, like, it depends on what you're doing and how presentable your job requires you to be. So we're using the scaffolding now to get this bottom part in here. Okay, wait, we don't actually come that far across. So that stays as is. And then we're going to go up how many blocks here? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got a cross beam coming out 2 here. Then we got a capper here. We'll double check our math here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 1 below the cap. Okay, great. So then we can just fill in the rest of this that much. Welcome, Star. So then another 1, 2, 3 here. Well, actually, let's just kind of go along the bottom. It's easier that way. Let's do a cross beam there. Get some more basalt in on this part. Basalt there. Just kind of punch it up a little bit. We wanted to have some grit to it, you know, some real texture. I might be overthinking some of this, but, you know, it's how you get it to look good. Okay, so this should look broadly like an F now. Yeah. It looks like an F that belongs with the E's and the P. Like, the letters feel like they're in the same typeface. Okay. We're about 75 minutes into the stream, so it's as good a time as any for me to remind folks that we are 14 away from the next phase camera expansion, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Oh, boy. Quick stretch. Alrighty, let's jump right back in. Right back in. The letters on the mind go craft, 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 craft. Letters on the mind go craft, 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 all through the town. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so actually to place these is going to be a whole separate thing. Wait, okay. So we're going to need to go all the way to the top to mark where this comes over, aren't we? Nether stars inside the deep field letters wouldn't show up. We'd have to use frog lights at this scale. As we're manning. We're too far away. Like, anything in an item frame wouldn't show up from here. So we want to come down 1. And this is where the eye is going to begin. It's going to have some saw teeth here. Then a gap. Then another one. A gap. Then 3 in a row. Then 1, then 1. Then 1, 2. Feels like that's not as low as... Oh, maybe it is. Maybe that is where they... No, I must have missed something. Hold on. Well... Oh yeah, I realize that y'all can't see what I'm working on. So in relation to the F here, the I doesn't go quite so low. Let's see. That goes straight across. Okay, so these two should be exactly level with the... Nope, that's wrong. There's something wrong there. Somewhere in here I miscounted. So, not a huge problem. It's an easy enough thing to fix, but okay. 1, 2, 3. It's going to come up 1. There's a gap there. It's going to go over 1. Then it's going to go saw teeth again. So 2, 1, 1. Down. Over 2. Once we get the rough shape in place, the rest of this is really easy because it's relatively vertical, right? Okay. Hey, Bites of Infinity, glad you had fun at the Pathfinder game on Saturday. That was a lot of fun to run. I've been really enjoying those short Pathfinder bounty games with my Patreon community because they're designed to take an hour to an hour and a half to run, which with a larger group you might still take 2 hours, but like, you know, I've heard jokes about D&D one-shots where it's like, there's no such thing as a D&D one-shot. You're gonna need a second session every time. So it's like, nope, we can actually get these done in 2 hours, despite them being marketed as being 90 minutes. But, you know, I'm a talkative person, and when people at the table are talking, I'm not there to be like, hey, I'm the time cop. You better talk faster about tabletop role-playing games, right? But yeah, I'm glad you had fun, Bites of Infinity. Just gonna go full tango here. Okay. Yeah, and this was even with us, like, having people who had never made a character before, having to fix issues with their character sheets on the fly. Like, we made really good time on everything. Boom, boom. Like, we've had multiple sessions, and this is not to embarrass the people. This is the sort of thing that, like, from a user interface standpoint, I need to get better at reminding people to check before the session. Like, if you think your character sheet is done, but the first time we get into combat, I'm like, okay, what spells do you want to cast, or what weapon do you want to attack with? And you're like, ooh, I don't have either of those. It's like, that might not be a complete character sheet. I haven't been really reviewing people's character sheets in advance, because I'm like, honor system, I trust you to not generate an intentionally unfair character. But People who are learning the system probably need a little bit more help than I've been giving. Lost Cult Music, thank you for tipping 3. That's going to put us now 11 away from the next Face Gamer expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Ad Astra, you are not the only person who forgot weapons. Like, that's what I'm saying. This is not a you problem. This is like a structural thing. Okay. Hey, Gritmonger just sent in 20. Thank you so much, Gritmonger. So let's see, that's 11 and another 9. That's going to get us 9 past our next Face Camera expansion milestone. So here we go. Please direct your attention down here so I can say... Why can't I say anything? Oh no, the layers are messed up. Expand, Joe. Do. Alrighty, we are now in the Tony Stark helmet cam, the most obnoxious face camera expansion. But don't worry, we're only 11 away from the next expansion, thanks to Gritmonger pushing us well past that milestone. And good news, everyone. Benjamin just sent in another 14 who says, "Grow dat Joe," which puts us 3 past the next milestone. So here we go. It's time to expand. Jost. Do. And lower the Joe passing out of 50%. We are in T. Joe Eckhillsberg mode. So I hope you're ready for that. So thank you, Benjamin. Whoa, a bunch of alerts all coming in at once. Teresa tipping 10. Didn't see that one. So that puts us 7 away. Wait. Yeah, 7 away for the next expansion. Because math works with addition. Okay. But my point is, even with fixing people's character sheets and stuff on the fly, we were still able to turn that around in 2 hours with a 6-person party. Running a 6-person party where several people have never played Pathfinder before and their character sheets took time to fix, like... These are clearly adventures that are actually written with a reasonable time frame in mind. And it's not the sort of thing I'm used to seeing. And I used to write more tabletop role-playing game stuff. Back when I was getting started on YouTube, my friends and I were working on Kickstarter D20 system, a Kickstarter book for a Kickstarter project for a book that we couldn't legally call a D20 system because it contained character generation rules. So it was a what is it? It's an open gaming licensed system was what it was called, yeah. And we thought about putting on the cover, we can't legally call it a D20 system in big letters. But yeah, so I've written tabletop role-playing game stuff before, and I'd love to get back into it. And these 2-hour session games, they're like the sort of scale that I can actually wrap my head around. I haven't really started brainstorming particular ideas yet because I want to run maybe 5 or 6 more before I really... I want to get a sense of how different authors handle the challenges of the format better. But it's intriguing. It's an interesting opportunity. So let's see, how close are we getting to the top? We're not there yet. Charlie says, Joe, I'm starting up an SMP server for me and my friends to play on. What server plugins do you recommend me installing? I personally prefer to run none. I am the wrong person to ask. I have gotten talked into using a bunch of different ones, which might or might not be good for you or your friends. But if the easiest thing is just to run a vanilla jar and not deal with it. Any chance of the Jost appearing tonight? That's not really up to me. But, yeah, because we are only, like, on our 2nd out of 5 letters I'm trying to finish before I fall asleep. But there is a certain point where, like, if I start noticing that I'm tilting out of frame far enough, like, if I'm just, like, over here going, like, you know, guys, I think I can keep going indefinitely, it's like, that's usually a sign that I should cut myself off and just end the stream. But for right now, I'm not feeling that tired. That's the thing, is I don't feel sleepy. I'm just making tired person mistakes because I have not sleeped. Sleeping. Yeah, technically the Joust is already here. Oh, that's true. Yeah, the Joust kicks in after expansion 5. I'm assuming you mean the Beetle Joust. Incredimike says, every plugin you add is a plugin you have to support. Exactly. If you work in development at all, you know that the simplest system... If you're just setting up something for you and your friends to play on, just setting up a realm is the most dead simple, easiest thing. Yes, you exist at Microsoft's whims at that point, but... you have so much less to worry about compared to everyone else. Okay, so we need to go 2 over here, and then 1 up. And this one's gonna go... Did I screw this up somehow? Oh boy, well, this is... Hold on. How many... 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we get to that, which should not be on this. Okay, so we've accidentally lined this up somehow, even though I tried not to. And I'm not going to move it at this point. So remember how I said we weren't going to fix this alignment issue? Well, we've accidentally fixed the alignment issue, and now I'm annoyed. Just intuitively, I think I just moved the blocks over. I was like, let me just do this one. It's like, fine. I don't like the misalignment enough to go in and reintroduce it at this point. You want to set up a Java Bedrock crossplay server, though? Yeah, oh, that's its own set of constraints that I don't know enough about to help you on. Good, you're on your own there. Good luck. I mean, I know it's doable, but it's not something I have ever attempted or that I feel like I have the time to attempt. I'm not going to use pistons. We're just going to go with it. Did I save the audio clip of me galloping for a goat horn? I mean, technically I did, but, like, I don't think that's a good goat horn noise. I don't... Because, like... Okay, don't come in and yell in all caps. I'm going to time you out so you have a chance to read the rules. TSD stands for Team Snow Day. Okay, so... Why is the camera... Camera feels... I think because I'm tired, I'm leaning away from the camera, so it's like keeps not being big enough. Okay, so let's just work backward... Or not backwards, forwards from here. Okay, so we've already screwed this up. We're just going to roll with it. We're just going to accept that it's screwed up. And we're going to go. Okay. So. Let's go this way. So how many blocks over is that? That's 3 blocks over. So 3 blocks over from here is going to be a single block by itself. And there's going to be blocks not above it directly, but over there like in like an L type thing. Yeah. Kind of falling across it. 1, 2, 3. And there's going to be a thing there. Something down there I can't even reach. Didn't want that middle one. Okay, then 1, 2, 3. Then we're gonna go sawtooth for a while here with an up and over on that one. Then just a short saw on that. So that's tooth 1, 2, and then we come back across to here. There we go, 1, 2, 3. Have another gap like this. Okay, and then how many many blocks are we going over here? And then to finish this all out, we go another 17 blocks. Okay. So, sun's getting real low. Luckily, we got a bed over here we can use. Hey, we got a tip rolling in via PayPal from Shannon for 7. What do you know? That's exactly enough to get us our next milestone. So here we go. Expand. Juice. Lowering the Joe Passy now to 42%. Oh, why is that not lowering? There we go. Okay. So there's our answer there. Okay, so we need to go 17 blocks over. Have a good night, Connor Chambers. Lay your head down and dream. So to do that, we're going to count out 17 blocks here. And we're going to place them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to come back. And we're going to go up. How many here? 8. I'm going to get the basalt out here. That was 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to come out here. 1, 2, 3. And we're only going to actually go up this many that way. Okay. So that marks where the bottom edge of the E is here. Okay. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. We can pull that. We basically just walk this back to the edge here. Because on this side, we're just going to go until we get 1 block higher than wait, we're not even there yet, are we? Okay, no. So then we're going to go until we get 1 block higher than the I. Okay. Yeah, there's 3 chats I'm reading. Okay. How close are we? Not there yet. Okay, so it's gonna go 1 higher than that. That's way too close. How do we do that? Oh, dang it. I misread that. Okay, when we start deleting good blocks, that's when we start getting into trouble. We were trying to be 1 higher than that. Okay. I'm gonna go down 3 here. Interesting. Okay. So up 1. Dang it. Down 3. Okay, so over 2, and then we're gonna start a sawtooth here. That we'll worry about later. Yeah, that's about as big as I think that's supposed to be proportionally. I don't think we screwed anything up too bad here. And let's just do a quick measurement check to figure out how bad we did screw up if we did. So this is 65. No, wait, no, that's not right. 65 is the elevation. 2609 on that one. And from there to the end of that should be how many blocks? 34. 2609 minus 34 was 2575. So let's see if that final block in this line is 2575, and if it is, we're golden. 2572. Okay, so somewhere in here we miscounted. This is right so far. This is wrong. Wait, is it? No, that's right. Hold on. Wait, no, hold on. One, two, three. Yep. This whole thing needs to be shifted over and up one. Oh boy. Dang it. It's fine. So the problem is we'd be pushing the D off out of frame if we didn't catch that error. That's why we're double checking stuff, because I know I'm tired. And it's easy to make mistakes like this when you're tired. So to fix this, we need this to go like that more. Okay, so that's comes down the beginning of these three, and then that goes over, and then there's 1, 2, 3, then there's a gap, and then it goes over a good ways here until we hit 75, which is the actual end of this. So we remove those three. And we need to move this whole thing over to here. Pull that all out. Okay, so from here we need to go up 7 blocks. I can count 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, then we come over 3 like so, so that's going to go up 1 block further. Okay. So I think I figured this out now. So then we pull this all the way across. It's going to only go up to here on that one. That's fine. We'll fix that. Everything's going to be okay. I'm going to make this work. And we'll worry about removing some stuff inside the E later to make it look more weathered. Right now, we're just trying to get the rough shape in place, because if we can get the rough shape in place, we can go to sleep. Okay. Okay. Hydration break. Suggest Stephanie Hall. Still have a little soda left, so I was so we're coming up on that probably in the next 20 minutes. But yeah, I'm not quite there. Let's see how this looks at night. Unless Scary goes to bed. He probably won't, because he hates daylight. Okay. So just to give you a sense of how this... Oh, of course, part of that is not rendering. So this is how this is going to look at night. I don't duck out of the way. Okay, now I've finished my drink. Since I was ducked off frame anyway, I was like, I might as well have some more soda. So, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think this is a relatively safe place for me to log, or not log out, but to AFK. So we're going to put up our hydration break sign. Woo! Okay. Then we're going to turn off the camera layer. Let's see who we need to thank on our spreadsheet this month. Oh yeah, that's right. The Patreon thing was still processing. Well, let's just assume that Red Rags is still in the mix here. Wait, did we play that song at the beginning of this? No, never mind. That's the opening song. So we're not going to pick Red Rags' pick. We'll pick Mahi Zero's pick, Binge Watch Rap. And Mahi Zero, first month as a $20 a month Patreon patron, so thank you so much for the upgrade. And we'll be right back. Wow, that's really awkward having that image there.
Green glass screen, placing blocks per hand, it's the hills extreme. Have you ever seen a Joe's expand? Grown and shown up with your demands, yeah. Everybody subscribe, Sean Hills is here to promote his bro live. Placing blocks all over the place, all powered by a vegan with jump boost and haste. Brother, I'll watch him let's play and survey with Joe, all the views I'll say it. Binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, go binge watch 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 Joe. Joe. Stream it. Fill in your gaps, check live feeds and load up HermitCraft. Watch it on any size screen. Back it up to clone redstone machines just building. With dry concrete powder, wetting it down for a much smoother towel. Cause on this tube there's only one server. The whitelist is closed, so don't inquire further. Neighboring players compete on their stores. HermitCraft you love with improv rapport, you just binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, go binge watch 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 Joe. Joe. Viewers, you better click subscribe because today we're building that hype. Comment, your praises don't fail. Sean Hill's on a roll with HermitCraft details. Singing out loud the way it should be sung with the natural sound that you like for fun. You know it's live now like a HermitCrafter. Read the description, tweet about it after. The hour of the Hermit is nigh. Churning out videos y'all will like. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, go go binge watch, yo. Go binge watch, go binge watch, yo. Go binge watch, go binge watch, yo. Go binge watch, go binge watch, yo. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Go binge watch, go binge watch, yo. Go binge watch, go binge watch, yo. Go binge watch, go binge watch, yo.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope y'all are having a fantastic evening. I am just concluding my hydration break. As you can see, we got the deep field signage on the side of the machine, at least the temporary prototype signage going in. I think that this is a worthwhile endeavor. This is a lot of effort, but I feel like that's part of what HermitCraft is. You know, we're hanging out, we're palling around, and we're getting stuff done. So I appreciate y'all hanging out and palling around while I'm getting this stuff done. If you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before, just so you know, the camera gets bigger when people tip, and it's not turned on right now. Please don't be alarmed. Please don't adjust your sets. Here it is. Boom! Bum, bum, bum. I was going to say, actually, I was going to switch chairs since you can't see the high back chair. Let me swap that. Real... Okay, wow. Yeah, I'm in the comfy chair. I always forget how comfortable this chair is. I don't normally sit in this one when we're doing a lot of recording sections because it makes more noise if I move in it. But, like, we're clearly not recording anything today. We're just working on this. And the camera's so big you can't see, like, the back of the chair blocking the green screen. Honestly, it's black, so it doesn't really block the green screen that well anyway. I mean, I guess if you held up my glasses in comparison, you'd see how much it's dimming things. Okay, what we're not doing right now is we're not placing a lot of blocks. So I think we need to just jump right in. Let's take down that hydration break sign. Got a fantastically kind message from Mahi0, who says, to be honest, this song went a long way for me being a fan of Joe's work. I loved Ninja Rap, and barely anyone else seems to remember it exists. Heard this and was instantly curious to learn more. Yeah, Sean and I, we had the VHS when we were kids, and so we've been singing this for years. And, yeah, so for the cover of album 2, having it be called Sean Hill Sings Joe Hills 2, The Secret of the Views. And y'all can, let me post the album art link. Here's a link with the album art. People ask me, Joe, what's the secret of the views? And it's like, it's written on the canister. You'll have to look and find out for yourself. But, I didn't go. I thought I was a little higher up there. Boy, okay. Depth perception. We are actually legitimately running out of deep slate, so we're probably going to have to make a deep slate run at least one more time. Yeah, because we have plenty of basalt, but we are very low on deep slate. We got 3 stacks left here. So we're going to have to probably do one more deep slate run. The E uses more blocks than any other letter that is in the title here. So we're aware of that. It's doable. Move the camera up a little bit here. I still feel like I'm just sitting further away than usual, and I can't figure out why. It's weird. Computers are weird. Ah, my body. Okay, let's come back up here. Okay. So we're gonna just place some blocks here. Placing blocks and taking names. Every day would be the same if we didn't build the thrills that chill you to your bones. You watch the videos we upload on your tablets and your computers, And also nowadays on your telephones. I'm drifting into scenes from an Italian restaurant there. The way I said telephones, I was like, next up would be, remember those days hanging out at the village green. Feather falling boots, leather jackets, and tight blue jeans. Put a diamond in a box, play a song about New Orleans. Da 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 da. Nepeta Lejean looked at the album art and yelled, "That's us!" There you go. We did it. We brought it full circle, Nepeta. We brought it full circle. Yeah, one thing about... So Saturday night used to be reading or singing streams. But now that we're doing Dracula consistently every Saturday, there's no singing streams left in the week. At least, like, not planned. So... Scary means frightening or unnerving, Gingerbee. Okay. Hey, welcome, sir. Glad you could join us. Disquieting, unsettling could also be scary. Pug the Master says, "Yo, Joe, just gotta say this build inspired me so much. The originality and scale never cease to motivate me to push my builds further." Awesome. Yeah, I'm really glad I'm pushing myself this season as well, because like I've really there's always a million demands on my time, and I'm glad to have a project where I can't. There's no possible way I can scale this down now that I've committed to working on it, right? So like I have to restructure the other demands in my life to accommodate my art rather than letting the art, because like when you work a full-time job and you do this stuff on the side, you kind of are trying to fit your art in on the margins. But the whole point of me quitting my day job was that the art could kind of take the lead now, right? And unfortunately, because of COVID and school at home and a bunch of other stuff, I never, even though I wasn't spending as much energy at my day job, I never really felt like I was able to let my creativity take the lead. And I'm working through that now. And a project at this scale forces me to constantly look at it and go, if I'm not focusing on the creative stuff, if I'm not focusing on the art, it's not going to get done. There's not enough time for this to be a side project. This is the project, you know. So I'm very excited about this project myself for that reason. Okay. Okay, so how far over do we need to go from there? And then how high? Let me... oh, yeah, let me turn back on our reference thing here. Okay, so the E... 3 blocks there and 4 blocks up top. Interesting. That's different from the... Nope, it's not. It's not different from the one up top, is it? Nope, they both had 3 blocks on the lower one. But one had 4 blocks up top, one had 3 blocks up top. And I switched them to both be 4. Okay. Yeah, we can make this work. We can make this work. Okay, so coming in from the side, though, here, we need to have a total of 8 blocks wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're going to just fill that in. Okay, so then here we could come out and start going this way again. And how far out does that go? That goes out 12 blocks before it gets weird. So let's go out 12 blocks with it. And we'll go ahead and cut this down until we have 12 blocks total in our hotbar. Okay, well, we've actually got one of them placed already, so we need to remove one more here. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, then we switch to a sawtooth pattern here. So we skip one tooth, second tooth, third tooth, stray mark. So then we're gonna come back over here. Okay. Sorry, yeah, it's hard for me to read the chat when I'm doing the counting stuff. Okay. Okay. So that's going to come back across here. How high up is that going to go total? The total, that's going to go up 8 blocks. And we've already got 2 in place there. So let's add another 6 just to mark it out. So we're going to go up 1. Try not to play music when I'm streaming. The copyright things don't like it. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's check if those numbers are right. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I did too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, don't need that 9th one. Pull that out. Okay. We are going to add an extra 1 here for a trailing line. Whoops. Remove that. Okay. So okay, we'll come back here then. Feels like it's getting dark again. We'll lay our heads down and dream. Ooh, leaning back for a second. Lay your head down and dream. Alrighty, back in action. Okay. Let's take a look at this over here. We go out in the trees and we land and we look at this. It feels like it's not cut far back enough. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just the angle. Something here feels off. So it's 26 wide. So let's do a sanity check. 2609 minus 26 is 2583, I think. And Okay, 2583. Okay. Nope, that's right. Sandy check complete. Maybe it was just the angle. So, okay. Not gonna worry about it. Okay, so until we get to that level there, this is going to just keep going all the way across. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Night, Ivy Schultz. Okay. Hey, welcome, Mr. Hardluck. Glad you could join us. Nice playing Quake with you the other night. Or afternoon, because I have no concept. So is this gonna be... Oh, okay. We'll worry about that top bit next. Because that's gonna get weird real quick. Like zip zip. I don't know if I have time for it. Okay, looks like the YouTube chat has someone being obnoxious. Running around and telling a bunch of people to shut up is probably gonna get you banned. I mean, I'm no psychic, diviner, or master of the futurological, technological, predictive arts, but, yeah, I don't have time for that. I'm busy. Okay, so we have this is going to stick out one, then we go 2, 3, 4, then we have a sawtooth here, so that's one, and there's 3 gaps in that sawtooth. Just hit the 3rd gap. And then it's going over 5 blocks, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have another sawtooth, actually. And that looks like we should be running into that, but we're not. Where am I making a mistake? Well, for one thing, that was only 4 blocks, not 5. Was this 4 full blocks? Yeah, 4. 1, 2, 3 on the gap. Then 5 here, which we didn't hit. Okay. So 1. Is the camera always like this? No. It's all over the place. 1, 2, and then da. Does that line up now? It lines up, maybe. Did I do it right? Please tell me I did it right. Is that 6 now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. So I went from 4 to 6. How did I do that? So we take 1 off. There, I fixed it. It's magic. It's a perfect letter form in every way. No one will have any concerns or complaints about the way I worked within the constraints that remain. A lot of falling down, but you know what? That's how we learn to pick ourselves back up. With rockets. It's gonna be alright. Okay. So, nope, the number one thing missing now is that third gap, which goes right here. And then that now properly aligns with this, which is gonna come up 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's another tooth hanging out there. Okay. After that tooth, how many blocks are there? Another 5. So we put 4 all, or put 1 already, so we need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we got another sawtooth beginning here. It's gonna go all the way out to the end, actually. Have we got a deep slate yet? Almost. But not quite. Deep slate. You don't have to be the blocks that are placed, because there's also basalt, but we're running out of both. Not really. Basalt we have plenty of. Deep slate. Okay, so let's figure this out. Okay, so after that one, we have 1 more tooth. That's that. And then we have this one, which is going to come down an extra block like that, and also over one like this. Okay. So that's going to come up 2 here, and then we start hitting this weird shaped thing, which we can just kind of rough in out of convenience because it'll help us count anyway. So it's going to be on top of that. And then we're going to have 1, another stray mark there, 2, 3, come down 1, come down another, sawtooth back up. Okay, then we're going to go 3 over. Sawtooth again. Sawtooth. Moving it over that way. 1, 2, 3 gaps so far. It looks like there's 5 gaps. Boy, this is like a Cardassian quiz. I can never keep up. Okay, so that's there are 5 gaps. Is that going to align over there? It looks like it will. Okay. So let's land here, see how this looks at night. Dang it. It's fine, just not good. Okay. Proportionally, if I duck out of the way here, I think that's right. I think everything that we're looking at there is right. No, I'm not recording this. Well, I mean, technically I'm creating a replay mod, recording for time lapse, but this is the time skip part of the episode where I'm like, I should do something, and then I go do it. Okay. Okay. deep fi fo fum. Okay. Quick reminder for those of you asking about the face camera, we are currently at, I believe, 42% opacity, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. So here we go. Boop. Paste. I'm not wearing a mask. That's just my face. This is... Most streamers use webcams when they play Minecraft now. It's a way to make the audience identify with them and their humanity. I know not... Like... So... Yeah, not every game do people use webcams, but it's gotten really popular in the Minecraft community. So... I'm kind of going with the flow here. I've been streaming since 2008, and I didn't use a webcam for a long time. But once I got a webcam, like, it let me quit my day job. So, it feels like a good way to do it. Nutty Power says it makes it hard to see what's going on. But you're truly experiencing the game through my eyes, right? Isn't that the sort of perspective people want from a streamer? Okay, we need to get a bunch of deep slate. We still have to deal with the L and the D, as well as finish the E. We don't need tough right now, so it's not really the best use of our time. Stephanie Hall says, Joe, would you be interested in playing Among Us with the other hermits? Yeah, I actually invited them to play Among Us with me for a charity stream the other weekend for Draw 4. It was a lot of fun. There is a bug that has landed like directly on that monitor. Got it. It was like right on the crosshair. I was like, bug, don't mess with me. Just stay out of my way. You can live your life and I'll live mine. But like, nope. Have I ever wanted to play Phasmophobia? Oh, like the times that I played Phasmophobia with my friends on stream? So the thing is, I don't stream Phasmophobia myself because I like to play it in VR, so I can use my VR things to glow stick rave. You can use your hands to glow stick rave in Phasmophobia if you have VR. But the thing is, streaming VR Phasmophobia is incredibly disconcerting. It would cause motion sickness. So you don't want to stream from that point of view. Rex Verdi says, what if 2 webcams? You could double your income. At one point, I had a 3 Wolf Moon webcam set up where I had I took the composition of the 3 Wolf Moon shirt and had 3 different webcams, and they were angled and placed around the game like that. It was a lot of extra work. Yeah, Rex, this was like years ago. This was before I really figured out what I was doing with the webcam stuff. I was experimenting a lot. That was one of the experiments. Well, let's go ahead and take down the letters since we're not actively working on the build. Do I have an eyebrow piercing? Nope, that's the ring light. The anti-glare coating on the glasses makes it like partially chromed out. So it's funny because my eyeball doesn't have an anti-glare coating, so you can really obviously see the ring light there. Boy, we need a lot of deep slate. And this is where our haste beacon is, so this is where we're gonna get it. Let's see. We used about 10 stacks, I think, for the parts we did before, and we're up to 1, 2. Let's consolidate these so it's easier to tell what we're looking at here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So yeah, we are not doing great on stacks. We need stacks on stacks to the max. Yeah, maybe we'll bring back 3 Joe Moon at some point. The problem is, like, I used to have a bunch of really terrible web cameras and most of them broke. And now I have less than 3 much better cameras. I have 2 pretty good cameras now. So I don't know if I could do 3 Joe Moon properly without buying another camera. Which I'm not rushing out to do exactly. As much as I like the redstone noises, I worry that it's not giving me as much deep slate as the other blocks. Hey, speaking of tips, we just got a tip rolling in for 20 from Wendy, who says, I like seeing the world through your eyes. So thank you very much, Wendy. And that is going to indeed get us 1 full face camera expansion milestone on the abacus there. So here we go. It's time to expand. Joe. And we are going to lower the Joe opacity now to 32%. Brr, that's Fahrenheit, not Celsius, people. Very chilly. And we are now 20 even away from the next face camera expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay, so we are almost making progress here. That's not terrible. Okay, we're up to 8.5 stacks. No, wait, that one's... These are... We need to put the basalt up here. Okay, so 8.5 stacks, not great. Probably need 10, maybe 12, I don't know. What time is it? 10:47. So this is my last week where I don't have to take my kid to school in the morning. School starts next week. So part of me is like, I should get used to waking up early again. And part of me is like, I should embrace the fact that this is the last week of summer. And if I wake up... the problem is when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to be like, I have all this energy. I want to do a bunch of stuff that I couldn't do at 11 at night. Like, go grocery shopping, or go to the bank, or go drop off recycling, or stuff like that. And so it's like, this is the optimal time to be working on this, because the opportunity cost for this is, if I stop working now, I'll go lie in bed and be like, I'm not tired yet. Why did I go to bed? But tomorrow morning, if I'm not working on this, I could be doing like 800 other things because a bunch of stores are open and stuff. So, kind of like, I should just work on this now. Like, the E is the hardest letter to do out of the whole bunch, and we're almost done with it. Like, the L is going to get done super fast, and the D isn't very hard. So, okay, let's see. We've got now 11.5 stacks. That's feeling like a good, safe amount. I don't want to overdo this, because I really want to get it finished, so... It's really hard to fly up ladders in this game. Yeah, let's lay our head down dreams as the sun's going down and all that. Okay, so we're going to grab some more basalt out of here. And we're going to put away some of this scaffolding. We'll hold on to like 64 of it for right now. But okay, so we'll get more basalt out. We'll put one away so we have room to grab that. Great. And we'll ban the bot and the YouTube. Sorry, bot. Not sorry. Okay. So... let's continue up here. So this is the part of the E that we have. It comes in with some heavy weathering. So that one stays open, but these ones close off. And, like, we don't have to get this perfect, but it kind of gives us a good starting place to work from. And so it's just kind of easier to do it right if you can. Okay. And we're basically in the clear from this point on. Okay, until we get down to that one there. And, like, so that one's gonna have like a thing over it like that. Okay, let's go ahead and check this real quick. Cool. Oh yeah, I forgot I didn't actually go all the way across with this. And then we'll go sawtooth our way back across. Somewhere in there we lost a block. But I don't care to figure out where. Okay, so now we just fill this in and we should be good. Seijo says, Joe, what do you do for skincare? You look absolutely radiant. Oh, that's because I've got a ring light bouncing a bunch of light off my face. There's no skincare involved. I take a shower. I use body wash on my body, but I don't have any special facial soaps. When my acne gets bad, I wear a hat over it. That's it. Okay. So let's go ahead and get some more blocks down in here. Where's the basalt? There we are. So we need to clean this up and fill this in, basically. That's where we're at. I'll fill that like that a little bit. Give it a little... Oh, no! It's coming together. Great, now I'm in the sky. Where's those ender pearls? Those are actually like the most reasonable and reliable way to travel inside of something like this. Yeah, there we go. Then you get the endermites, so that's the only problem. It's like, no, I didn't need those. Not right now. So that should be a complete letter now. We didn't miss anything. Okay. Yep, that looks like an E. Let's get the L going next. Okay, whoops. So let's scroll over. So where that sticks out here, gonna hit the L right there, and that's gonna, then we're gonna come down to, we need to get on this little scaffold elevator here, so then we're gonna come down 2 again. So we came down 2 twice, and then we're gonna come over 1, we're gonna come over 2, we're gonna come over 2, gonna be down 2 again, up and over, then 3. I should probably show you guys what I'm working from here. Whoops, not that one. This one. Oops, wrong button. Okay. So we've got 3 in a row down there. Then it goes sawtooth 1, 2 with a gap like that. Okay, so hold on. Over, and then there's a gap here. Then we're gonna have another sawtooth 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go 5. That come up. Okay. So let's do our math on that. So from the L to the end there is 33 wide. On the edge of the L to the back. So F3, sanity check, 2572. Okay, 72 minus 33. Boy, I'm so tired for stuff like that. So 72 minus 33 equals 39. Okay, so we need this to be 7239 when we get to the end here. Or 2539. Yes, it is. Great, sanity check complete. Ah! Andrew says, wow, these letters are huge. I didn't realize the scale. Yeah, they're pretty big. They're about 33 blocks wide, as we just counted out for double checking things. Hey, imaginary theta sigma, we are working on the letter L. I have one in the corner, for example. So you see the swoop here? Guts. Do you have it? Okay, so it looks like from here is where we're going to go straight up. So we can just kind of start rolling with that as much as we want. Okay, so if we're doing this right, from there to here should be 9 blocks. And that was 2572. So that means that this one minus 9, 2563. Great. Sanity check complete. Continue working upward. Okay. There is the question of how high up do we have to go, and it's quite a ways. I kind of wish I had just made this all with one block instead of texturing it, because then we could just be using the galloping blocks technique. It's like I come up with this revolutionary new way to place a lot of blocks really fast, and then immediately put myself in a scenario where I cannot enjoy the application of that technique. That was... I think this is going to look better objectively at the end of the day, but can't say this was the best Joe Hill's decision ever. Okay, so let's get those back out here. The thing is, because it's 50-50, I would have lost a lot of time removing blocks and working on the texture that way. So I feel like this was probably the right decision, but can't say I'm loving it. Oh, boy. Okay, so let's do some other. So we got this started here. So this block here is at the level that we need to end at 72. Okay, so let's work our way up to 72 here on this side. Okay, so this is not 72, this is 65. So that means we need to place 7 more blocks elevationally speaking. I forget how many that was. Are we at 72 yet? No, we need 3 more. So there's 72. We're going to have a cross pillar here. We're going to come back down there, and that's going to be 72. Great. Fall off this thing too much. Okay. Just eat a pork chop and Hey, quick reminder. We are a little bit past the 11 o'clock hour, so it's a good time for me to remind folks that tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat, and that we are 20 away from the next face camera expansion. So we want to go 1 up here, and that's the actual height that we need to go to, working our way across. Okay, fantastic. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Placing blocks, getting stuff done. Dun 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 dun. Placing blocks, blocks, blocks. Do do do. Dee dee dee. I'm at the point where it's like I'm trying not to sing old cartoon theme songs, like from Sonic the Hedgehog. Blue streak speeds by, Sonic the Hedgehog, too fast for the naked eye. Sonic the Hedgehog, look out, he can really move. Look out, he's got an attitude. Look out, he's the fastest thing alive. I don't feel like that's really constructive. The block placing is constructive, but it doesn't really slow down the block placing. So, I don't know. Maybe it might as well. Hello, Apple Plays. How are you today? So, are you doing wells? I don't know how we could tells. Okay. Okay, so there are like other little bumps and stuff sticking out of the top of the L here. So let's see, from the side here goes like one out, and then how big is this gap? 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another. That was a 5 gap. Then 2, and then another. Then another 2, then another, and another 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. Okay. Let's see how this goes. No, talking about other SMPs that I don't know anything about is wildly off topic, but because I haven't really introduced a topic myself, I was kind of letting it slide. But yeah, that's not really what this place is for. Because, like, I don't... Like, if y'all want to talk about that on your own time, but that's not a conversation I can contribute to. And so it's like... You could really do that somewhere else. Lay your head down and dream, Mahi Zero. Is that top row 1 block too high? No, I think we're okay. I got the I and the E. I'm pretty sure I don't. Chancy RN says, how'd you get into pinball? It was always around at arcades when I was a kid. Like, so there was never, like, it wasn't like I was, like, 28 and I was like, what's this machine? So, no, I always liked it, but, like, I didn't have a chance to get out and play it very much, after the arcade started shutting down. And, the scar. Okay. Ah! Ender pearl. Bad ender pearl. Okay. So... yeah, it's just kind of one of those things that I was always kind of into. But now that, like... now that arcades are kind of reopening... like, people realized, oh, okay, it's hard to make money running a coin-operated arcade, but it's easy to make money selling beer. So we're just going to have a bar that has a bunch of pinball machines in it, and then sell beer. And that's a much more financially stable model, it turned out. Oh, you're watching SWAT Cats? Yeah, that city they live in, a lot of crime, you know? And you would think having cats with fighter jets to stop the crime would result in, like, significantly less crime. But maybe it's one of those things where you only get cats with fighter jets in cities with that much crime in the first place. It's, I don't know. It's one of those chicken and the cat tales, you know? Pat Rack Jack says that's what the arcades near me have gone to. Pay an entry fee and then play the machines for free as much as you want. Yeah, so the arcades around here that don't sell beer have switched over to a free play model as well, where you pay like a $12 entry fee for the whole day or something. Or you could get a monthly pass if you're going to be in there a lot. Which I actually don't know how much the monthly pass is. I was kind of thinking about getting one of those when my daughter gets back. But the arcades with the monthly pass aren't super convenient to where we live. They're kind of out of town. But you have a few SWAT cats up there. When I come visit, you'll take me. Oh, thank you, NJ. I always wanted to be in a fighter jet with a cat. Okay. Looks like the L is a bit higher than the E. Like the bottom of the L? No, because it's the way the teeth are. You know what? I see what you're saying. But like if you look at the whoops. I think they're the same. Honestly, it being misaligned, you know what? Maybe you're right. Nope. I went too low. Honestly, at this point, we're just going to leave it. Because this is supposed to be the prototype text, and the more kind of off it is and off-putting it is, the better. The L just being slightly wrong. It's like that's fine. You know what? It does look too thick though. Now that you mention it. Oh boy, yeah. Nope. You're right. That is uncomfortable. That's clearly not the way it's supposed to be. What did I count wrong here? It goes down 2, 1, over 2, over 2. Did I make it too... What did I do wrong? Hold on, it's actually not clear what's wrong. Oh, yep, that's what's it. 73 instead of 72 for this here. Yeah, well, that's an easy fix. Dang it. That part's more broken now. That goes back. I'm not gonna make that mistake twice in a row. Yep, that was the mistake. Nope, you were right, Ryan. You were right. It definitely goes one block lower as well, but we'll let that slide. Having it 2 blocks was too much. 1 block off we can tolerate. It's fine. Okay. Wait. Where is this block coming from? Nothing I have should be this close to that. Well, that's a separate problem. Oh boy. That might be coming over one too far or something. We're so nearly done with this. I'm fine with it. It's fine. We're moving on. We got the shot. This is supposed to look a little bit off. It shouldn't look too far off, so that's why we removed that other layer, but we're now back within the realm of acceptably incorrect. We're gonna cover all this with better artwork in 6 months. Give me a break, you know? Yeah, if by fix it in post you mean we'll fix it 6 months from now, then yes. Absolutely. I just feel better if I understood where the mistake was introduced. That's the part that's bothering me. Is I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the thing. So go down 2, go down 2, go down 1. Go down 1 again. Nope, oh, okay, that was it. Found it, found the error. So go down 2, over 1, over 2. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Then sawtooth. Sawtooth all the way to the end. Never mind. This is gonna work out fine. This is gonna look great, and we didn't ruin anything except for that part. That part's off by 1, but the extent to which I care at this point is significantly reduced. The length of the L represents the log exposure. Yes. Incredible Mike says this looks rad as heck. I think it's gonna actually look significantly better now. That was actually a pretty glaring error. Yeah. Yeah, because of the way that the bottom meets the sand. Okay, let me ban this other bot here. Yeah, that was hard to ignore once you see it. Okay. Cool. Oh, I thought to draw a scaffolding overlay onto my chart to make... So you guys aren't looking at the good version of this. You guys are looking at a thumbnail version of it. So I've got Photoshop open with a grid and a ruler tool that I'm looking at to count like the pixels and stuff. But the scale on that wouldn't really show up or work well for y'all. So I'm not using that there. Okay. So the thing is, yeah, if you don't like the L being that lengthy, the problem is all the other letters are that lengthy. So the L needs to be that lengthy too. We're on the final letter here. So it's not a good time for me to go, you know what, let me use a narrower font. Oh, but Lightgen, I see what you're saying. If I set the grid on my chart to match the scaffolds, I could count off the scaffolds. We're on the last letter. We're not going to do that now. But now that you say that, that's actually not a terrible idea for future projects. That's a really interesting concept. I'm interested. Okay. So we've got a 3-block gap here. And then we got 3 blocks. And we got 3 blocks down here. And we're going to have a gap here. Okay. So we're going to have a sawtooth. One, two, and then on the third one we got this weird thing going on here where that comes up and over, comes back down, fill in that one, don't fill in the next one, then come over one, up over that, 1, 2, make a little boot here, fill that in. So we went 3, then we start this next sawtooth. And the thing is though, the third tooth is actually weird like this. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then there's a gap. And then there's 2 trailing marks here, but this then continues up that way. 1, 2, 1, 2. We need to get on that scaffold. And then 1. Somewhere I did my math wrong. Not on this D, I don't think, but on something else, because I should have been way closer to the edge here. Something I accidentally made. I made the eye too narrow. I made the kerning around the eye too narrow. That's what it is. This should be closer to the edge than it turned out. But let's real quickly verify this. So 2504. And this one over here is 2535. And this should be 33 letters wide. Hold on. Okay, so that's supposed to be 33 wide. 2535 minus 33 should be 2502 at the end here. $2504. So somewhere we lost 2 blocks. So it isn't. So there is a mistake in this one as well. So where is the mistake? We got that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then that. Then this 3. Tooth. Gap. We go over 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Go up 1. Oh, we need to go up another 1 is what it needs to be. Okay. Then we come over 2. Then we go up 2. Then we go over 1. And that is going to get us to 2502. Okay. Cool. So now we can go across the whole bottom of this and work this out. So this one's supposed to go up as high as... Does that go the same height as that? It does. Okay. So once we reach those, we'll deal with it. So and how wide is this supposed to be? Part of me wants to do the whole height at once. So it's 7 wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. So if we do this whole thing through here like so. Eventually get to the height we need. And we are not there yet, but we're getting there. We are making a lot of progress here, people. This is going shockingly well, all things considered. Like, the fact that we're getting the entire letters turned around in 24 hours rather than this being like an 8-month project that I just dread. Especially when I've had a very busy day otherwise. Like this didn't eat my day, but I refuse to let the rest of my day eat this. So I'm feeling a big sense of accomplishment here. It's like, I got a bunch of bills paid, payroll taken care of, sent out the new batch of Patreon invites for the first of the month, we found some weird stuff with Patreon that I sorted with not getting alerts. So oops, those are not the buttons I need to press. Started planning my October road trip. I reached out to members of the moderation staff who live in Boston and Ohio about coordinating meetups in Cleveland and the Boston area. So I'm excited about that. We don't have details yet. We're going to have the two folks who live near Cleveland are going to have a call with me tomorrow one time, and the staff member from Boston will have a call with me at the other time, and then we're going to get stuff locked down. Started reaching out to judges about the build contest today. The build contest is not today. Today I started reaching out to judges about the build contest to be held at the end of August. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so this is the level that needs to go to. So we're gonna pop that here. And boop, boop, boop. Okay. Why is that layer unlocked? Cool, it's gone now. Redrag says, you say you didn't eat your day, but almost 7 hours of streaming. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got 7 hours of streaming in, but I also got, like, all this other stuff knocked out, too. Granted, I didn't, like, have basically any time for myself all day, but that's fine. I'll take some time for myself tomorrow, or the day after. We can do that later. Okay, so that looks like that lines up right. As a sanity check here. Okay. So we're gonna start basically here, and then we're going to work our way up. So, question is, how thick should this be? Or at what level do we know we need to stop? Okay, it's the same level as the L. So we just go to the L and look at what level that is. $72. Okay. Yeah, somebody put an ancient shrieker in my base or something. I don't know where it is exactly, but I'll find it sooner or later. Okay, so this is 72 right here. Seems to be somewhere by that bed, but okay. So that's how high we need to work. Let's start going down here. But yeah, I got to the bookstore and I got the books I need for the March trilogy, because I had already read the first book back in June, and so I was excited to have an excuse to read the remaining two with the folks in the Patreon. Okay. That's a lot of the same block in a row. Hopefully it's not too obvious. Okay, is that 72? Oh, that's 71. That's 72. Okay. This feels too low. Wait. From a sanity check standpoint, this should be... Okay, something's wrong with the curve of the D. Yeah, that should start lower. Why didn't it, is the question. Okay, so that one would go there. Then one, and then goes up two. Okay. But then we're back to this is wrong in that way. Three, two, one, two. Going the rest of the way up. Well, I don't know. Didn't lower that any, really, did it? Oh wait, that'll be right now. Hold on. Nope, still wrong. Never mind, it's still wrong, but we're not fixing it. Wait, whatever is wrong with that is too confusing to be easily discernible to the novice, and therefore it is out of scope for fixing at this stage. Non-obvious bugs are not... It's fine. Okay. Welcome, folks. Yeah. Okay, so we now have that going all the way across there. There are a few places we would add some ridges and stuff. Question is, why is this wrong? So at that, if that's the one we bring up here, then we have that go that way. Okay, let's look at this. So in here, that's going to be an 8 block difference. 10 and 2. Okay, 8 block difference. Fine, whatever. However it worked out, and we're done worrying about it. Okay. So. Then here we're going to go up 1 and over. One, two, three. There's a gap there for some reason, so we'll leave it. Then layer above that, there's a gap in that one. There's 2 here, and then another gap here. So this tooth, so there's 3 gaps. So first gap, second gap, third gap. After the third gap, there's a double tooth. I should probably have rockets in my hotbar. Okay. Let's go see how this looks from the trees. Just do a quick sanity check. That doesn't look wrong. Doesn't look wrong. The D might be 1 block too high. Like the top of the D. Might be 1 block mismatch. Let's check that real quick. Sanity check on that. 95. Okay, nope. Just an optical illusion. Everything's good. It's too late to start breaking this down into which parts we're going to work on and which parts we're not. We're on the 9th letter of a 9-letter project. We're just going to do it. We're going to make the letter. We've come too far to optimize at this point. If I'm like, well, let me revisit my process notes here. Like, no, we're almost done. Let's just be completely finished with this, right? Like, let's have this be a thing that is not still burdening us any longer. Okay. So this is the first of the, so then there's 3 single gap tooths here. So 1, 2, 3, and then it's gonna roll in diagonally. Okay. Like that. Then up and over. And then over like this. Okay, so there's a reason we have this crossbar here, actually. So that should actually be like this. Should make an L, and then we have a wraparound shape here. these. Followed by one of these. Followed by another shape here. Which then connects down to here roughly. Close enough. Okay, so this is 95 up here. That's 8 blocks down to the bottom of that. So 95 minus 87 is 8, right? That makes sense to me. So we're going to go... I was going to say we're going to go lay our heads down and dream, but it looks like Scar just went to bed anyway. That was a mistake. Eat a scaffold real quick, or a pork chop, one of the two. Okay. So, how far up does this go before it comes over? Let's just deal with it. Let's just start at the bottom and work our way up. Doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. We are down to our last 2 stacks of deep slate, though, so I really don't want to burn out of that all the way. We're going to start more aggressively mixing in our salt here. Hint of deep slate here and there for fun and flavor. A little spice. Can't completely remove it at this point. Okay, so this is that level. So once we reach that level, we have 4 more blocks up before the D starts to curve. If I read that right. I did. Okay, cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the curve here is going to go 1 over, 1 over. And then it's going to bring it back, but we'll worry about that next. Middle clicking the air should obviously switch to rockets, says Ryan. That's not a bad design decision. That's the sort of thing people would build into a mod and then wouldn't be in the base game, and then a lot of people would die later. Okay. So we came up 1, 2, 3, and then we go back out 1 here. We should be at level 95 for these blocks. Nope, how are we not at level 9? Oh my gosh. Somehow I miscounted somewhere. You know what? It's fine. We'll just add 1 block to every level. Fine. Every part of this is working as intended. No concerns or problems noted. Okay. So now we just got to fill in this valley here, and we are done with the entire project. No, not the entire project. The entire project is the pinball machine. But we're done with the entire lettering process for the prototype. not going to run out of deep slate after all. So we can actually use it more than I anticipated, which is fantastic. That's 95. Okay, great. Welcome, Soy Gwen. My name is Joe Hills. I'm broadcasting live from Nashville, Tennessee, here on the HermitCraft server. We are currently working on a giant pinball machine. I know it can be disconcerting to operate at this scale, but as a Cub fan viewer, you're probably used to the wild level of just... Wait, is there a ship that's been here this whole time? Somehow I never noticed that ship. We've been working on these huge letters on the side of our pinball machine here for the prototype. And I'm thinking we're basically good. I mean, what do y'all think? You're seeing it through my eyes. I think we pulled it off, right? I'll duck out of the way for y'all. Like, it's gigantic, but it works. This is a placeholder. We'll do the real art later in the season, but like, it's not going to be until after Christmas, for sure. So, this will hold us over till Christmas. I think we're going to leave the scaffolding for right now because it kind of gives the work in progress vibe. But if frame rate becomes an issue later, we could always knock it out. I'm not sure. Top left D needs more line. Yeah, you're right. It does seem like the top left D is thinner somehow. I wonder if that's like the top one is only 7 wide. No? I don't know. Sorry. Normally I'm mute, but like, that really caught up on me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it may be the angle that the scaffolding was cutting into it. I think the scaffolding looked like it was cutting into it. The extruding lines need to come out more on the... Yeah. Yeah, on the top ones, we didn't push the extruding lines as much. I think we'll do a detail pass on that later. Wait. Yeah, oh yeah, that is supposed to be like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of weird optical things about this, but when somebody comes out of the portal... Uh-oh, that was our last rocket. Somebody comes out of the portal here, and they're like, oh, what's going on over here? Oh, cool, a pinball machine. And then they go look at the pinball machine. And then they go look over there. They're like, oh, cool, a pinball machine. I think it's because there's no scaffold above the top level of the... So the scaffolds are occluding the top line there, but they're not occluding the top line there, so it makes them look thicker. Which is actually an argument in favor of removing the scaffolds. So let's get some rockets and remove the scaffolds. I don't want to have a million comments saying that I did this wrong when I worked this hard on this. Because yeah, we are about 7 or 8 hours into working on, or actually no, we probably spent about 8 to 10 hours total on this lettering part of the project for a placeholder. Granted, that was time that we would have spent just placing birch for the framework if we hadn't found that glitch. So, okay, I'm gonna put in a marker here. You know, maybe I should do. Maybe this is a good time to do a recording. I might not use it, but let's just get it anyway. Start recording. HermitCraft Season 9? Episode 24, segment... Oh boy, I don't even know. Probably November or something. Take 1. And action. The sun is setting on the HermitCraft server, but check this out. We have got... Oh, wait, I'm doing this wrong. There's one more... Okay, actually, we're not going to do this at sunset. I realize that there's one more thing we need to do to set this recording up properly. So we're going to turn night into day. And then I'm going to grab... the D is still in the corner. That's another thing that we don't want in the final recording. Good note. Good note, everybody. I did not want the overlay D. Okay, well, I'm glad we took a second to reset this anyway, because I realized I need to grab this, and it's actually better with birch. What, do I not have any birch signs here? I'm gonna have to go all the way back. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Perfection takes effort. So we're gonna grab this. Where's the basalt? Yeah, we're gonna put these here. No, what am I trying to grab? We're gonna grab okay. So, HermitCraft Season 9, Episode 24, Segment Letter Unknown, because I'm a professional. Take 2, and we gotta load in a little bit more. Action. I forgot this is the loud chair, dang it. It took about 10 hours, but we've got this whole thing scaffolded in, and I think it's looking beautiful. Let's go ahead and remove the... No, that's it. Take 3. Take 3. All right. Once again, this is not the final art, but for a placeholder, I think it looks fantastic. So on this side of the pinball machine, we've got its name, Deep Field, in non-final text. Once again, we'll do a different font with cooler art, probably sometime after Christmas. I've got so many fun builds planned for this fall and for Christmas that I don't want to get caught up trying to do the pixel art at this scale, you know, before then. Now you start getting into January, February, and you're like, man, it's kind of bleak outside. Let me look at some cool NASA photos and pick which ones, you know, would make, you know, really cool, I don't know, ideas for the side of a pinball machine. That's a real energizer for those midwinter doldrums, you know? So I want to just go ahead and remove all this scaffolding. I have no idea how this is going to look, because I did not do this in a creative world in advance or anything. I just mocked this up in Photoshop and did my best to copy it, which took about 10, 12 hours probably total. If we hadn't saved so much time on this birch here, it would have been a much bigger problem. But anyway, let's go ahead and fly out here and see what this looks like without the scaffolds. Ooh. Wow. I was tempted to leave the scaffolds on because I felt like it gave it a very interesting work in progress vibe. But now that I'm like actually admiring this, I think we made the right choice here, people. Now, of course, this is only one side of the pinball machine. I was discussing with Cub earlier what we should put on the other side. And luckily, I've got a little bit of cobbled deep slate left and some basalt. So we're just going to knock that out real quick. I figure we're going to write on this side here, prototype, please shake vigorously. And also, do not ship. Great. Well, that's both sides of that done. I think we need to head over this way. Rendog apparently has something underway that we need to go ahead and get our eyeballs on. Time skip. Okay, what do you think? Does having prototype do not ship on one side and deep field on the other work? I think that's pretty solid. I think that's pretty solid. So let's go ahead and I just want to take another second and admire this. I've stopped the recording, but I'm not going to turn the face camera back on just so y'all can see. Like, this looks so much better than I was expecting. Like, I was hoping this would look good, but like, it's weird. The texture ended up looking so good, I almost feel like my eyes are blurry. I'm like, there's no dark gray like that in Minecraft. Something is wrong with my eyes. It's but yeah, so that texturing work, the whole thing, I think, just really came together. It's got kind of a sci-fi feel, but also a work in progress feel. And it at least doesn't just look like we left a giant birch box. Loopy says, yeah, it almost looks smudgy and out of focus. Yeah, which is cool. It kind of it feels like a photograph of the darkness or something weird. I don't know, there's something about it. So yeah, this was a process, and we didn't get a lot of time to plan it. This was basically, I was just like, wow, what am I gonna do with being ahead of schedule on getting this box done? I guess I'll try and get something on the wall here, and we threw it together and it stuck. So y'all, thank you for your patience with me on this build, because I know that this was not like the most interesting thing to watch me do block by block, but it came together. Jules says, to be honest, I thought it was the compression being strange. No, it's like my brain is like the way that it's blending the blocks from that distance is like really interesting. Like if we get in this boat here. I don't love the moire on the birch, but you know, that's fine. Most people are going to be flying past. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have the 45-degree slants in here that the original font had, but that's okay. We kind of capture some of that with the scribbly feel from the texturing. Like, can I ask y'all something? Because I don't get a chance to watch everybody else's videos. But sometimes I make something like this and I go, I don't think there's anything else like that on HermitCraft. And I'm often wrong. Usually it's like, actually, Mumbo did that last week. It's like, dang it, I thought I came up with something. Like, but I haven't really seen anybody do lettering at quite this scale this season. Like, Beef was doing more dithered lettering with his color palette on his cards, whereas I was going for more of a monochromatic look here. Is there anybody else that's doing like monochromatic lettering with kind of a... Okay, most people are saying there was the Scar build here moment last season. Maybe Impulse's map art for the Illuminate shop. Yeah, that's true. I guess map art. But, like, I've never... So that's the funny thing is in Minecraft, I've seen this on the ground before because people do map art at this scale. But I've never seen somebody do this on a wall. Really. Right? People always do stuff this large flat, not vertical. And so it has a really cool feel to it. Okay. So this is feeling pretty nice. Deep field. Deep field. It's like, oh, it says, if people be like, what's an ep field? What's a pi LD? What's a eld? Keith Lynn says VTuber servers often do pixel art sideways. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't really know much about VTuber servers, but we're not on one. So yeah, from Impulse's shop, you won't be able to quite see it. Is that spoilers for Impulse? I think he's been streaming working on it. Also, the thing with the shopping district is people know if you put something in the shopping district, it's going to be in the background of other people's videos. As long as I'm not, like, poking around in there and breaking down, like, oh, that's interesting. I see Impulse is doing this with this mechanism. I would have chosen that. Like, as long as I'm not, like, stealing his thunder or preempting his video, having his shop in the background of my stream is fine. If he really didn't want it to show up in people's streams and it's in the shopping district, your option is always to make a decoy build or do a dirt wall around it. Maybe, for all you know, that is the decoy build. Maybe the real build is inside of there and he's just going to rip all that down. Right? He could have a gianter axolotl hidden inside of that thing. Okay. But, like, when somebody comes out of the portal and turns around, that looks like a pinball machine. I mean, I'm feeling good about that. Elijah says the closest anything's done is the Hermitshire tea prank. That's true. That's still, like, not quite this scale of letters. Oh boy. Well, I'm feeling pretty enthusiastic about this video. Like, because the thing is, it's like, you know, when I went and built that 30 segment long tunnel, that was incredibly useful and valuable to the hermits, and it showed up in their videos and it gave Etho a place to go and stuff like that. But, like, it didn't feel like it looked good in my video. It just felt like a lot of work. But, like, this also felt like a lot of work. But, like, in one day, I went from a blank canvas to something where I'm like, I haven't seen anything else like that on HermitCraft this season. Right? That's a good feeling. So, yeah. Where's my base, says Allison Wesley. This is my base. My mega base is inside of a giant scale pinball machine. From concept to completion in a weekend, on top of finishing the walls. Yeah. Yeah. Do I have a streaming schedule, says Nutty Power. I stream Thursday through Monday most weeks at 8:30 U.S. Central Time, which is like 3.5 hours before now, until usually an hour before now or less. Usually I don't stream this late, but I really just wanted to finish this project. And then, yeah, the ASCII art on there, that's thanks to Gritmonger. Gritmonger created a list of all the ASCII characters you can copy and paste into signs, and I went through there and I picked the ones that I wanted to make the coin door. I wouldn't have bothered to go, because the thing is, not all ASCII art symbols work in Minecraft. Only some of them do, and I didn't have time for the trial and error that he put into this. So yeah, even though that design is mine and the layout of the ASCII art, you know, I came up with the composition. The components were copied and pasted from a list that Gritmonger compiled. So thank you, Gritmonger, if you're watching. But yeah, I don't do night streams on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Wednesday morning I do a craft stream. I try to do bonus streams throughout the week. Monday afternoon usually I do one. I sometimes do one on Friday morning. I'm trying to consistently do Friday morning, but it's difficult right now until I get caught up on everything. There's a lot of stuff in my life that's in flux at the moment, and I'm just trying to get it all sorted out. It's so weird. I keep thinking that my eyes are blurry because that texture just looks so unlike anything I've seen in my... It doesn't feel like Minecraft, even though it's just two different blocks. It's just two blocks, but it feels like it's the wrong color, right? It's weird. Okay. I'll get used to it. I've got, like I said, I'm not gonna revisit the art on the side of this pinball machine until after Christmas. We got plenty to do for Halloween. We got plenty to do for Christmas, and I got plenty to do on the pinball machine, playfield, cabinet, and other stuff. So let's go ahead and let's see. I should probably figure out where we're going after this. My gut, let me check if he's live or not, because George and Dice were gonna have a show tonight, and I don't know if they're live yet. But if they are, I wanted to send people their way. Okay, yep, it looks like George is live. Doing a special welcome back Dice episode because Dice was traveling for work. George is playing Jurassic Park pinball. So when you get over there, our raid message is let's say welcome back Dice, since Dice was traveling. So until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do 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 do.